aloft and see the lowering for sure. It's pretty obvious to see. Stand by. We're going to get more eyes on this thing in just a minute. But a tornado warning again in effect for northwestern Dallas County and northeastern Tarrant County, also for sections of Denton County as well. Stand by with me just a moment because we can actually step outside and possibly see it from our location. We're walking outside now. Hope I got enough rope here. Sirens are sounding. We can see the lowering for sure. Lightning and thunder. Looks just like a bad thunderstorm at this point. I'm not seeing the funnel cloud that David Bradbury is seeing at this moment, but we are certainly seeing a definite lowering in the cloud base. Looks like David, maybe you can see this from your vantage point as well. Looking at a kind of a rounded lowering in the wall cloud. It's moving over northwestern Dallas County now. Is that what you see?
Yeah, it's a round wall cloud. The funnel cloud just went up. It's on, it's just to the south of that round base you're looking at. So as soon as you got on the phone on the reporting here that base is still there, but the funnel cloud that was persistent now has gone up where it's above the area that you can't see anymore. So I'm watching. I
think I saw it off to the standby, David. I think I saw it kind of in a lateral view. It was to me, from my vantage point in northwestern Dallas County, it was pointing a little bit to the east and then went up into the lowering. I don't know if that jives with what you saw or not. You're at a different vantage point than I am.
Yeah, I'm still watching the spot where it went up. But with the motion, it's kind of angled to the northwest and angled or northeast to southwest, so it's not straight up and down. It's at a 45-degree angle, Brad.
Yeah, okay. I see the lowering. The main lowering is right now over the Coppell, Las Colinas area. I'm not seeing the funnel cloud, but I see the lowering right now. There's a secondary lowering a little bit north of that. Winds have picked up quite a bit in northwestern Dallas County, and also there's a trailing, I don't know what to call it, a beaver tail or not. Now, this is for kind of the spotter geeks. I don't want to get too much in the weeds here, but there seems to be a little bit of beaver tail tailing off to the northwest. Sirens are sounding in Las Colinas and Coppell at this moment, and we see the lowering again moving through the area. Tornado warning in effect for the DFW airport area, and that affects Tarrant County, northwest Dallas County, and also southeastern or southwestern Collin County as well. This storm is moving rapidly. I would say it's moving, David, at a speed of 50 or 60 miles an hour to the northeast.
Yeah, that beaver tail you're talking about, now there's two beaver tails there I'm looking at from my vantage point. Nothing significant, but there's two of them now. But just all kinds of signs that this is a very dangerous storm. Could be a dangerous storm very quickly.
Well, the winds are really picking up a lot. You're seeing a lot of rain as well off to the south of my vantage point, down toward Las Colinas. I would say, yeah, the eastward or northeastern movement of this storm is at least 50 or 60 miles per hour. And by the way, this is a terrible storm to try to spot. It's rain wrapped. You can't see much right now. This is not one of those classic severe weather events where you get great videos and things along that line. You can see a little whisper here, a little beaver tail there, a little funnel cloud there, but it's not anything you can see. The best thing is to put your head down, get into shelter, and stay there until you can hear an all clear. Lightning and thunder in the Coppell, Las Colinas, DFW area with a tornado warning continue in effect for at least the next 15 to 20 minutes. Heavy rain, lightning and thunder moving through the area right now. And I'm north of the, whatever the circulation is, extremely heavy rain starting to move in from the west and almost constant lightning. I would hate to be driving in a storm like this, but the rain is coming down in sheets, and it is a real significant storm event. From what we can tell, this storm may be moving to the east at about 70 miles per hour. I'm going to get back into my vantage point. David and Clayton, give me just a little bit cover while I get back into my position here, and I'll get back on the radar, okay?
Yeah.
It is 6:26 on WBAP live emergency storm coverage with a tornado warning in the area. Clayton, back to you.
Yeah, Clayton Neville from the WBAP newsroom, and we're seeing what Brad is here where we are in downtown Dallas, just a little bit east of where most of the activity is right now. We are seeing dark skies, but not the rain that we're seeing mostly off to the west. So I know a lot of people in the southern, eastern Dallas County, Collin County areas are seeking that safe place right now. You know, when that warning comes out, that's when you seek that safe shelter, and that's exactly what a lot of people are doing across Dallas County. But Brad, it does seem like the majority of this right now is west of downtown and headed to the north and to the east.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Clayton, I have not seen weather like this from my northwest Dallas County vantage point since the Dallas Cowboys practice bubble was blown down in Valley Ranch. I've not seen anything like this. The rain is horizontal, much like you would expect to see in a classic hurricane, and tremendous winds. Now, these are generally out of the west. Again, I never saw a funnel cloud. I saw maybe a little bit of a tail cloud moving to the northeast. Let me give you the very latest. Okay. Weather Service meteorologist, as of a minute ago, said that Dallas County was still seeing strong rotation just north of 635, and it's going to be crossing I-35E. Boy, what a mess that's going to be. Yep, that's very close to the area. That is for sure. Again, it is 6:29 on WBAP. You're listening to live emergency weather coverage on WBAP as a tornado warning has been issued for, stand by, for southeastern Denton, northeastern Tarrant, southwestern Collin, and northwestern Dallas counties until 7 o'clock. This severe thunderstorm was spotted over DFW Airport, capable of producing a tornado a few minutes ago, moving to the northeast at least 45 miles per hour, and quite possibly faster than that. Looking at the, trying to find the rotation here, again, this may be another one of those kind of leading edge spin-ups. You saw kind of a wide lowering, David Bradbury, but you didn't really see a funnel cloud on the ground. You just saw the wide lowering.
Northwestern Collin and northwest. Yes, sir.
Okay. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, the funnel cloud to me looks like it's dissipated. I've not seen any reappearance. I'm trying to stay up with it, but it's almost impossible. It's moving way too fast. But
well, yeah.
What I can see from here, but I'm seeing a lot of signs of significant turbulence in the atmosphere. So it looks to me like the storm is migrating into probably a very high wind event here shortly. I expect we're going to start seeing reports of downburst from what I see out ahead of me. So that could be just as damaging as a small tornado. So you might check that out, Brad. But it looks like there's going to be a tremendous wind event very soon.
What it looks like to me right now, David, is that maybe this circulation might be moving a little bit to the northeast, almost into the Louisville area, and then off to the northeast. These things, like you said, they're very hard to keep up with. Now, again, sirens are sounding in various parts of Dallas and Collin and Denton counties, and whether there's a tornado out there or not, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you need to get inside, check on the weather, and stay in shelter until the storms pass. And it's not going to be that much longer before the storms actually do pass the area. But let me get caught up here with the National Weather Service meteorologist, see if they have anything new to say, because we were standing outside there watching the storm for a few minutes. Tell you what, let me give you the leading edge now of this line of thunderstorms. It's moving fast. From Salina, now in Denton County, actually Collin County, beg your pardon, down through Lincoln Park, Providence area. There's a little notch in that line. Okay. That looks a little suspicious. That notch that's over Louisville may be what passed over DFW Airport a few minutes ago. That kind of matches with the Doppler wind mode that I'm seeing too. I would think that if there's any circulation, it's now northeast of DFW Airport in the Louisville area and aloft at this time, but we're still under a tornado warning. nonetheless until 7 o'clock or until the Weather Service decides to go ahead and cancel that. And then the leading edge of this line of thunderstorms continues from Louisville down through Grapevine, through eastern Tarrant County, down through Arlington, almost to Mansfield, down to Alvarado, crossing I-35W, Cleburne getting some big rain. So is Rio Vista, on down into Johnson County. Now, I will say this, that once this line moves through, we're pretty much done. But it appears that from northwest Dallas County, like from Carrollton up to Vista Ridge Mall in Louisville, there are a couple of circulations that triggered this tornado warning, and they're still active on radar. We're still watching them, but we have no indication that they have touched down. Anybody else have anything to add, Clayton or David?
Yeah, Brad, the timing on this is also very concerning. The fact that we're at 6:32, you've mentioned this a couple times. We're in the middle of drive time here. Now, we did have some warning on this, and we've been talking about it all afternoon. But for those who are stuck on the roads and worried about, that blanketing rain coming overhead, what do you suggest? If you are on the road, obviously the best advice is to not get on it. But if you are, what are we suggesting?
I would take the nearest exit and just get off the freeway, get off the highway, and park in a parking lot and ride this thing out. Now, we don't have, just to let you know, those who are tempted to park under an overpass, which is an awful thing to do, I don't see any significant hail indications on radar, so don't worry about that. But anytime you have severe weather, you do not want to stop under an overpass, because the overpass itself in the underpass area can actually accelerate thunderstorm winds and make them far more dangerous. Actually, several people died near an underpass in Moore, Oklahoma, many years ago when a strong tornado passed overhead. They had seen some video footage of a small tornado that passed over an area on the Kansas Turnpike not far from El Dorado years before, and they jumped out of their cars and ran up the embankment and waited for the tornado to cross. But in most cases, that is a terrible thing to do. So stay in your car, stay in shelter. That keeps you safer from lightning. Don't worry about the hail. You can get that fixed later. But if you don't like being on the road, then just get off the highway, get off the freeway, park in a well-lighted, safe parking lot, and wait the storm out, because they're passing through at a pretty fast rate of speed. There are other tornado warnings in effect south of here, and those may well be stronger, more serious tornadoes. But what we apparently have been experiencing is a leading edge spin up, one around Louisville, one in the Carrollton Farmers Branch area, and then some very strong straight line winds. The tornado warning will be expiring in Collin County, southeastern Denton County, and in northwestern Dallas County at 7 o'clock, and we're continuing to watch it. We do not see the indications of rotation as we did before. There is a definite notch in the storm now near the Colony along 121 Sam Rayburn, moving on to the northeast. And again, whatever you're on, whether you're on the turnpike, whether you're on the freeway, just get off the road and wait for this storm to go ahead and pass. They're tracking to the northeast at about anywhere from 35 to 55 miles per hour. The back edge of these storms, by the way, here's the back edge from Denton down through Justin to about Keller to the River Oaks area in northwest Tarrant County, where this rotation began to develop. This began to develop around River Oaks and Melody Hills and cut on through northern Tarrant County to DFW Airport, formed into two circulations, one not far from Carrollton, Coppell Farmers Branch, another one just north of Louisville, and continues to track to the northeast right now. So one over about Stonebriar Center, and the other one over the Carrollton Farmers Branch area, continuing to track to the northeast. But at this point, they don't appear to be on the ground. There are no spotter reports of any damage. They're just really severe thunderstorms with some rotating updrafts, and thus the tornado warning still in effect until 7 o'clock for northwestern Dallas County and especially southeastern Collin County, also until 7 o'clock.